Hello friends, how are you? My name is Mike. This channel right here is Health and Wealth. Thanks so much for joining me today. I want to talk about NVDY. I have been invested in NVDY what seems like forever, but really in the grand the grand scheme of things, it's only been 11 months. How about you? How long have you been invested in NVDY? But I wanted to go over the numbers with you. So when I bought and when I have been buying, my average cost is right around $27 per share. Now, if we take a look at that today, that share price is down considerably. And so what has been the reason for that? An incredible run up with Nvidia and then a bumpy road down here over the last, let's call it 6 months, right? So what I've done is I've put together some charts. I've put together some of my passive information here for you to take a look at, just to kind of justify, or I don't want to use the word justify, but just to kind of show that, it just hasn't broken even. We've actually made some money on this here in the last many months. So first screen I'm going to show you is my passive account. If you're not familiar with passive, this is my dividend tracking tool that I use. I get it for free because I'm with Questrade. I will put a link for this down below if you are looking for a dividend tracking device. This is $99 a year, less than $10 a month, less than 30 cents a day. But it's pretty good. It's decent. This is the elite version or the premium version. And again, if you're with Questrade, check it out. It's free. If not, 99 bucks a year. Use my code below. I get 20 bucks if you want to take advantage of it. But today's video, I want to specifically talk about NVDY. I'm going to come back to this chart after. And I really think that you should do the same thing yourselves. I think you should track your distributions, where your money is going, when it comes in, where does it go, and understand that, right? So far, the distributions I've received from NVDY in Canadian money, and this is the only time I'm going to talk about Canadian money. The rest of the video, I'm talking US funds here, but so far it's paid me $6,032 in distributions, and that's after my 15% tax that has automatically been taken off. That's how much I get taxed here in Canada on a tax-free savings account on American dollars. Now, if I had my money in a Canadian fund in a tax-free savings account, I wouldn't have been taxed at all. So that's an interesting thing for sure. But again, this is the last time I'll talk about Canadian funds on this video, but I want to go over a couple of things here. So today, NVIDIA is trading at $118 itself. And I mean, let's go take a look at the last year here, because this is when I got involved. I got involved March 11th, I believe. So just over a year ago. You can see the share price since then has gone up, well, let's just call it 30% since then. Now, NVIDIA over the last year is down 40%. Now, this is not looking good just at the from like looking at it from afar. It's not looking good. And I mean, I've been talking in previous videos about the downward momentum of these funds, and I actually have a bird's eye view. I actually have an in-depth view on NVIDIA because I've been investing for a year in the fund, and now I've tracked every single distribution I've got from NVIDIA, and I can kind of put that into perspective for you. But if today's your first time looking at NVIDIA, you're thinking, "Oh my goodness, look at this! In the last year, you're down 40% on your investment." And yeah, I can see why people would think that. Here's what I've got. This is all of the distributions that NVIDIA has paid out since its inception. So let's go all the way back, actually. This ETF came out at $19.83, and that was on May 12th, 2023. So we're almost at 2 years, and in 2 years, it's down 12.71%. But I mean, let's take a look at this. It started at $19, just over 19 bucks, and it's paid out $27.90 in its short inception, 2 years, right? That's pretty incredible. So you're up 100% plus another 11 bucks. You got to be happy with that. Now, for me, I actually started tracking all of the distributions that I've been paid out from my day one, and my first distribution was in April of last year. And these are all of the distributions I've been paid out so far. Now, that's a total of $4,129, but then I took into account the tax that I had to pay on that, and I got paid $3,510 on that so far. This keeps going every single month. This keeps going. Life is good. Next month I'll get paid again, and guess what happens 4 weeks from then? I'll get paid again and again and again and again and again and again. But I actually got taken a little snippet down here of the information, and so 11 months of payments so far. My total investment into NVDY was 9,405 US dollars. My total distributions received, and I know it says dividends, but let's call them dividends, distributions, call them Bob. I don't care what you call them, but the money I've got is $3,510. Let me just make sure that's accurate. Yeah, $3,510. My realized return on capital is 37%. So that's great, right? That's the good news. What's the bad news? Well, I have 336 shares. My average price is $27.92, and it's down to $17.32. So an unrealized. Let me highlight this. Unrealized, I'm putting it in yellow, loss of $3,561. So that's more than I've received so far in distributions. Now, why do I keep saying unrealized? Well, it's because I haven't sold these shares yet. It's going to continue to pay me forever. We'll find out, right? maybe. But of course, we want to have double positives here, right? The positives are that I've got distributions, $3,500. The negatives are the share price is down. Now I haven't sold these shares. If I sold these shares today, I would be down $3,561. But if you think about it, I would still be up $3,510 in distributions received so far. But there's that. I thought, holy smokes, okay, so it's basically even between the two of these. It's basically even, give or take 20 or $50. Okay. But what did I do with the $3,510? Well, that's a good question. Did I just take it and burn it? Or did I take it and buy shares of other companies? So that's what happened. I took it and I bought shares of other ETFs out here. Here's Misty. I've been in Misty for 10 months. Now, this chart is not fully updated like the NVDY one because this video is more focused on NVDY. But I bought 142 shares of Misty with various funds. Some of those funds being from NVDY. Same thing over here at Coney. I bought some of the shares from Coney with my NVDY distribution. So, yes, I've received $3,510 in distributions. My unrealized loss is down $3,561 in distributions, but in that same time, I've gone out and bought other assets that are paying me money every 4 weeks. Now, if you're trying to do the math, yeah, I get it. $3,510 doesn't equal $4,325 in distribution or of share price here. So I've spent $3,500 on other assets plus my own money on top of that. Okay, just to make sure we're on the same page here. But I mean, I feel good about this investment. Not only do I feel good about this investment short term, 11 months, that's a short term investment for a lot of people. I feel good about it long term as well. Do we think Nvidia is going to sit down here at $118 for the next year, 2 years, 3 years? It's possible depending on what the economy does, but it's also possible that it goes up. I took a look at the Nvidia um, price average, right? So based on analyst ratings, Nvidia's 12-month average price target is $176.68. Nvidia has a 53.06% upside potential based on the analysis average price target. Nvidia has a consensus rating of strong buy, which is based on 39 buy ratings, 3 holds, and there are 0 people saying to sell this stock. The average price target for Nvidia is $176. The highest that I saw was $220. So I think to myself, is this Nvidia stock going to sit here at $17 and continue to go down? It really depends on a couple of things, and that is on how well the Nvidia or the Nvidia fund manager at Max perform. How well do they perform with a couple of things? There's synthetic options that they put on Nvidia, as well as their weekly calls that they put on Nvidia. That's 2 major factors to seeing this stock go up. Now, the only way that we can make this happen, I call it a stock. I should call it an ETF. The only way we can make this happen is if this stock right here moves its way upwards. Now, today is recency bias, right? It's up 0.74%. This thing's going up and down like a yo-yo today. But I mean, do I think it's going to go up? Yeah, I think so. And I've also invested my own money into NVDY, currently at 10 shares. If this thing goes to 109, I'm gonna double. I'm gonna go to 20 shares. But I'm not buying until it hits 109. I'm not buying to be like FOMO, you know. I'm not buying if this thing goes up and up and up. I'm buying if it gets to a certain target number, and that target number for me is $109. Okay, so if it gets to 109, I'm gonna double my position into 20 shares. We're not talking a lot of money for me here, but it might be a lot of money to a lot of other people out there. Okay. So for me, that's the research I've done for myself. If you guys are investing for yourself, I hope that you do a lot of research before you put your money in and understand the risk. Let's go back to what I talked about here. I bought this at $27. It's down $10 in share price. If you can stomach the loss of $10 in unrealized loss, but still getting a distribution that entire time, I'll go right here, then good. But if not, don't do it. Okay? There's way safer options out there in the world for you to invest in. This might not be the one for you. If you're somebody that sees this share price over the last year go from $30 all the way down to wait a minute. Give me a second here. Did that just say 13? Oh, minus 13.20. You can see something going down minus $13 over the last 9 months, and that is not something that you want to see. Even though you're getting distributions, don't do it. Not an investment for you. But for me, I see upside in NVIDIA, which means that I do see upside in NVIDIA, and that's going to give me upside in the distributions that got paid out here so far in just 11 months. Okay, that's how I see it. Again, this is passive. This is showing me my distributions, and that $3,500 has paid me $6,032 in Canadian funds. Misty, I've so far received $3,614 in distributions. Coney, $861 in distributions. A lot of the money that went into those two funds came from NVIDIA's money. So yeah, share price is down. My unrealized loss is high, but I am still making money every single month from these other distributions. So if that's something that you like and you want to see a total return on investment and you've got, a few years to get that money back, then this could be the right investment for you. But again, don't let other people on YouTube tell you what to do. Do your own research, understand your risk and your tolerance for failure. I'm going to leave it there. My name is Mike. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to love this video. Hope you have a great night.